Welcome to Vintage Gaming Memories. Shall we play a game?
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This video might have some of you shaking your heads and thinking whether I lived under a rock all these years. This channel is dedicated primarily to vintage gaming items, such as the Atari 8-bit systems I grew up with and also owned, along with some handheld and tabletop games from the 70s and 80s. So here's the crazy thing. I have never owned what's in this package before. Now I'll even take it a step further. I've never played a game on the device that's in this package before. And then even one more step further, I have never laid my hands on this device, even though I might have seen it at a friend's house or even at the stores when I was a kid. So this is really unfamiliar territory for me. Saying all that, let's get this out of the box so I can remove all three of those claims I just stated. All right, well, here it is. Well, it's partially what it is. This is the case, the Game Boy Portable Carryall by ASCII. And if I open it up, let's hope the rest of it's in here. We have the original classic Nintendo Game Boy model DMG-01 from 1989. And we also have two games that came with it. So we have the WWF Superstars from 1991. And then we have Donkey Kong Land 2 from 1996. And then, as I mentioned, I have this nice case that came with it as well. But this is the device that I really want to look at. Oh, we have some information here. Should block that out, but I guess that was the previous owners. I will be able to, I'm sure I can get this removed because it's just a marker on it, so that'll be a little cool project for me to remove as I do this video. So here it is. And let's just take a look at it. It looks to be in very good physical condition, which I was aware. Now, I never really thought about owning this until probably recently, actually probably about a week before I saw the listing on eBay to buy this. And it's not that I have anything against Nintendo, that's for sure. I still actually own a Wii that I bought brand new in 2008, and I still have the original NES that I bought brand new in 1988. I have the box, actually I have the receipt and everything as well. So that's a pretty cool item. So it's definitely no hatred towards Nintendo. But I just really never gravitated towards it, probably because I was into cars more during that time. Or actually, maybe it's the LCD screen that really didn't do it for me. Speaking of the display here, this is a monochrome graphics that comes through this, and it's not backlit at all. So it's going to be pretty challenging to view this in kind of dark settings. And there's really only 4 different colors that it can display, in which all 4 are various shades of green, which is probably another reason why I really didn't care for it. You see the model name DMG-01. Well, that DMG stands for Dot Matrix Game, which was the project name while it was in development. So they just decided to stick with it upon the final release, and there you go. People like to call this a DMG for the original. Speaking about original as well, this is definitely all OEM, as far as I could tell. I'm going to look at this a little bit closely, and it was in working condition from what the seller had stated. We're going to go ahead and just clean this thing up, polish it, put some batteries in. Let's just check out the battery compartment. I think it was clean. Yep, definitely clean. And I do like the cover. It has the number still on there. Granted, it's kind of hard to see, but a lot of these that I found online did not have that sticker. So I still wanted it, even though it's kind of faded away. It's pretty cool to have that memory. And, of course, that serial number is nice to have. Looks like there might be some writing there I can clean off as well. So I'm going to clean this all up and try to get rid of the address and everything that you see there, which you can't see because I blurred it out. But I'll get that all cleaned up. Before I can test my first Nintendo Game Boy, it'll need a nice cleanup, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and this is the end results. everything pretty much came out nice and clean. Let's look at the game cartridges first. I didn't open any of these. I just did the exterior cleaning. But I did use a Q-tip to clean some of the contacts, or all the contacts in there as best as I could. I hope I don't have to open these up, but if I do, I will address that. But they look good. The big one was this. This is the portable carry-all by ASCII. And check that out. There's no address, name, or phone number on there anymore. Came out nice and clean. Just used some magic eraser on that. Had this thing sitting in my utility tub with some Dawn liquid soap and warm water. And everything came out nice. Took all the plastic, all the screws that can remove some of these plastic pieces within. This is like the holder that holds the actual Game Boy in place. Also took off the strap, and this like nylon strap. Let me just tell you, when I had this thing touching warm water with some soap, the whole entire tub or the utility sink was all brown. So this was caked on and soaked in with a lot of dirt. So I definitely needed a bath. So this looks great. I'm happy with the end result. And then the Game Boy itself. So this looks awesome. Look at that. Did not open this up. Hoping I don't need to. But if I have to, I will. But it came out really good. I don't see anywhere that I need to address any markings. There was some marking above the actual serial number before. We kind of saw some faint writing. And there's no evidence of that anymore. And again, the battery compartment was already cleaned. Or pretty clean. So this looks good. All that we have to do now is to put some batteries in there and try this out. So let's go ahead and do that and see what we get with these two games. Okay, before I power this on, I should just do a quick rundown on the features and options that we have on this Game Boy, just in case you're not aware of them. So first, let's do a weight and measurement of this. And here we go. We got a nice little scale. This is without batteries. Comes in at 7.8 ounces. The measurements, as far as the height goes, about 5 3/4. The width, about 3.5 inches. And then the depth, about 1.5 inches. All right, so now let's take a look at the display itself. So this is a 2.5-inch LCD. And as I mentioned earlier, it's monochrome. It has 4 different shades of green. So that's going to be fun to look at. We have the 4-way D-pad, perfect for your left thumb to use. And then opposite of that, we have the 2 action buttons for your right thumb to use. Then right below it, we have the select and start buttons. And I have to say, these buttons are not spongy. You know, they don't really give you a true click sound when you press down on them. I can see these having some possible wear and tear over the years. Nothing shocking. This is pretty typical of the handhelds of the 80s. Over here on the bottom right area, the louver area, this is where the powerful 20-watt speaker pushes sound through. Yeah, I wish that's what it was, but it's really about a 1-watt speaker and just one speaker. However, you can get stereo sound if you do insert a headphone jack here. It's a 3.5 millimeter jack. So that's another option to get sound that's also quiet so no one could hear. On the left-hand side here, we have a dial, which is an adjustment dial for the display's contrast. And then right above that, we have an option for your 6-volt DC plug-in. Opposite side, the right side here, we have another adjustment dial, but this one here is for your volume. And right above that, this little covering area is for a GameLink cable port. And that's where you would connect with another Game Boy for multiplayer gaming or to share data between each other. And then on the top, we have a sliding switch, which is for the power. And let's check the back side here. The first thing is the slot opening area, which is for your cartridges. So it slides right in, seats really nicely. And then below that is your battery compartment. which holds 4 AA batteries. And speaking of batteries, let's get some inserted and get this ready to go. All right, batteries are inserted, ready to go. Let's just turn this on without anything inserted in the back as far as the games go. I'm just curious if we get any lights on here and any sounds. So here goes nothing. All right, get the chime, we get the little battery light on, and we have a scrolling block of nothing. But that's all right, I think. Let's go with Donkey Kong Land 2. All right, it is inserted. Now let's power this on. It looks to be the same thing, which is not good. I don't think, yep, nothing goes on with that. All right, let's try the WWF Superstars. And here we go with this one. Oh, better. It says Nintendo. There we go. Hopefully that comes through. It's going to be tough with the display being like it is. Well, there's some sound. Nice. That's the loudest. That is the loudest it goes with the one speaker that's here. There's the contrast. Obviously, we don't want it that much. Just about right about there. Let me see if I can get a better view of this if I have the lights down. All right, I think this is a little bit better how I have it positioned here. It is propped up a little bit on an angle, and I have the camera on a different angle as well. So hopefully this image that comes through this 160 by 144 pixel screen look a lot better than with me holding it in my hand and trying to move it closer to the camera. So let's see what happens. I have the WWF Superstars cartridge inserted still. I'm just going to power this on, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, we're going to just continue on. All right, keep going. Let's go and select a character. We'll go with the Macho Man. One fall. No limit. Against Mr. Perfect. All right, let's just check the D-pad, make sure this works. And there I am, left, right. Okay, I got nailed. All right, buttons work. Don't know what I'm doing. I'm pushing buttons, but I'm doing something, and I know it's moving and it's working. So that's good. This game is definitely a working game, and the controls all work, which is awesome. Now, the only thing I have to work on is the other cartridge, which has that issue, doesn't come up to the splash screen. And let me lower the volume down on this. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'm going to try to clean those contacts one more time with some isopropyl again. I think it's the 91% one as I was using. Try to scrub off that, as well as with a eraser. I have this really good eraser for contacts. I use this, and it's got a nice tip on there. So I'll probably use that to clean the contacts as well. And I've also used the Oxid before, so I'll try that. I don't remember. Well, here it is. Let's take a look. You can kind of see. You know, it's a little bit dirty in the one spot here. Kind of oxidized a little bit. But I don't know. We'll try to clean it a little bit more and see. And you can tell there's a crack right there. But that shouldn't have any issues to why it's not working. Let's go and give that a shot, and I'll be right back. All right, I cleaned this up as best as I could. It does look a little bit better. don't know if you can tell, but I can, because some stuff came off the cotton swab, and I did use the eraser as well. So we will try this and hope for the best. Okay, we have everything ready to go. The cartridge is in, and I think we got good focus on the camera here. Let's power this on. Oh yeah, check it out. Nintendo. I can read it. We have the chime. And we have a splash screen. It works. Awesome. Check that out. Donkey Kong Land 2. No need for me to open up that cartridge and deal with what's inside. I guess it was just really dirty contacts. I mean, I really did scrub it really hard. The first time I kind of just brushed over it, but then the second time I really worked it in, and I did use the oxit and did a good job on it. So I think that's what it was. Let's just play this for a quick second. I haven't played this ever. Just want to see how this looks. Okay, all right. B is to roll, I guess. And A is to jump. All right, I guess I get the hang of this. Oh, jeez. All right. I tell you, it's my first time. What do you expect? All right, I won't bore you with this game, but that's awesome that this thing actually works. And I didn't really have to invest too much into this. Lower the volume down. But what I am interested in is hearing from you guys and letting me know, for those that are experienced with the Game Boys, the original one, is it worth it that I get another one and try to modify it? Because I did see some stuff online as I was preparing to make this video about how people have actually made a better Game Boy original one by having it backlit with a different screen. And there's also some other mods with the speaker to get a better speaker put in place. I don't know if it's worth it. If I buy another one, maybe I can do another video on modifications to this. Who knows? Until then, what you guys think? Am I just out of touch by taking me, 30 plus years to get a Game Boy original? I guess it's better late than never, right? I appreciate you all for checking out this video and watching me encounter the first time of playing on a Nintendo Game Boy original version from 1989. I'm happy I have this checked off my list to say I actually own one and actually played on one. But like always, I love to hear your comments and feedback, so please do so. And until next time, keep that gaming passion from the past alive by living it today. Take care, everyone.